Hey everyone, it's Karen with Yes Please Paper Crafts, and in this video I'm going to be sharing 3 of the January club kits from Spellbinders, and I'm so excited because Spellbinders invited me to join their design team for 2022, and I can't wait to get started creating. But I was thinking about it and I thought, well, maybe before I jump in and start creating with these kits, I should get myself organized. So in this video, I'm going to be sharing the kits, but I'm also going to be talking a lot about organization. So I wanted to mention that there are some official unboxing videos from Spellbinders. So if you just want to see the contents of these kits, I'll put links to those videos in the description below. I'll also put links to where you can find these products on Spellbinders. And I'm just really excited to get started. So one of my big goals for 2022 is that I want to get organized and to stay organized. And the past couple of years, I have been bringing in a lot of new things into my craft room and not really staying on top of my organization. So I've been getting a little bit overwhelmed, or maybe a lot overwhelmed. And I'm sure there's a lot of you out there that feel the same way. And so I wanted to, just at the start of this, try to see if I could come up with a way to keep everything organized. Now, I do have a bunch of kits from previous months' clubs because I was a member of Spellbinders clubs for a really long time. And so I do have some organization there. So I'm going to take that and maybe make some changes because it's still not organized enough that I can put my hands on what I want when I need to use it. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about the kits that I got, and then I'll share the organization as I share the kits. Okay, so first up is the card kit, and this is my favorite club kit from Spellbinders. I love the card kit not only for making cards, but it's awesome for scrapbooking, and I'm going to be doing some projects with scrapbooking as well as card making as I use the kit. So that's going to be super exciting. I already have some ideas for how I can use this kit for a scrapbook layout. And so one of the things I most love about this kit is the ephemera, or the die cuts that you get. So you get a lot of die cuts. And one of my ideas for organization as I work with a kit is I like to put things into a tray, and I picked up these little trays. I think I have 3 of them. I picked it up from Dollar Tree, and this is the Essentials Organizer, and it comes with 3 little compartments, and it's a really awesome size to use to put your ephemera. And so that's what I'm going to be keeping the ephemera in as I go forward with working with this kit. Now, once I have finished working with the kit and I want to put it away, how I store my ephemera or my die cuts is in some little sleeves that I pick up from Amazon. These are CD sleeves. It's a very heavy-duty plastic, and I will just take and put all of the ephemera or die cuts in there. I'll put a piece of cardstock just to kind of give it a little bit of support, and then I take the label from the packaging and put that there so I know where those die cuts came from. And then how I have my kit club stored, or my previous month's club stored, is I just have them in this little container. I got these from I got these from Tuesday Morning, but any container would work as long as it fits 6x6 paper, because one of the things that comes in the kit is the 6x6 paper pads. So I wanted to make sure that whatever bin I use would fit 6x6 paper. Okay, so the other thing that I love about the kit is that they include a overview sheet like this, and it fits perfectly into my organization, and I can use that as a divider to divide up and so know where each kit ends and where the next kit starts. Okay, so let's go ahead and open up the box here. And I've already, taken some of this stuff out of the box. So this is not a true unboxing video. Okay, so we have the card here, which is really awesome because we'll use that when we organize the kit. So that's really cool. Okay, so here are the die cut shapes, and it was really funny because when I was looking in the box yesterday, I thought, oh, they gave me 2 packs of the die cuts. But no, this is just the part that I haven't finished putting into my little tray. So there are tons of die cuts in here, and you get 2 of each one. So that's really cool. So if you wanted to make 2 of the same cards, you could do that because you'll have 2 of each piece. and that's really awesome. So I'm going to go ahead and finish just taking all of this out of this package, and I will keep this little label here to use when I go ahead and put it into one of my CD sleeves and put it into the organization once I'm finished using this kit. Okay, so in addition to getting all of the ephemera, they also included in this kit these 3D embellishments, and these are all these little tags, and those are just super cute. I just love those. Those are really awesome, and they're dimensional. They look like they're on foam, so those are pretty. And then we have some chipboard. This is the chipboard, and it has gold foiling, and look at the little puppy dog. I love anything with dogs. There's also a poodle. That's just adorable. And here is the other side. So it's back and front chipboard. And then we also have some foam sayings. These are like a gold glitter, and those are really pretty. Okay, in addition to all of the embellishments, we also have some sequins here. So those are cool. It's like a kind of a holographic white. And then you have the paper. Before we look at the paper, I'll just show you every kit comes with some foam squares and some double-sided sticky tape. And this sticky tape is really awesome. It's really sticky. So I usually use this anytime I want to really make sure something is not going to come apart. But a lot of times I just use my ATG. This does not stick as well though as the Spellbinders double-sided tape. Okay, and then we also have 10 cards and 10 envelopes. But I want to tell y'all that y'all can make so many more than 10 cards with this kit. That I always have leftovers, and I use the leftovers either to make more cards or to use it for scrapbooking. And I think the kit is really awesome. Okay, and then we have the 6x6 paper pad. So I'll do a little bit of a flip through here. There's 2 of each paper. And so one of my favorite papers, so we have this one with the gold stars. But look at this one with all the little puppy dogs. I think that's adorable. If y'all have not watched my channel before, you may not know, but I have 2 little Yorkies, Bella and Lilybell, and I will sometimes feature them at the end of my video. And so you might see them if you keep watching my videos. You'll probably see my dogs. And I love creating scrapbook layouts for my dogs, or with pictures of my dogs. So let me just go ahead and flip through this so you can see all of the paper that's included. Isn't that pretty? This is a thinner paper. It's one-sided, single-sided, but it's perfect for layering and for putting on cards. And I even use this paper to scrapbook with as well. So really some cute designs. And my favorite paper is this one right here. Isn't that gorgeous? That's a really pretty paper. Okay, and so that's going to be super awesome to work with. I love the colors. Okay, and then in addition to getting all of that, you also get some 8.5 by 11 paper. This is cardstock. And so we have a blue, there's a green, a red, yellow, a light pink, a darker pink, a black, and a white, and then a mirror card. Okay, and you might be wondering, you know, considering that this paper does not really have red or black in it, why they would have included this. But the theme of this kit is truly madly, deeply. It's kind of a love theme or a Valentine theme kit, because in addition to all of this stuff, you're also going to get dies and stamps. Now I've already taken the dies and stamps out of the kit, and I am going to show y'all how I organize that. So let me go ahead and just move this out of the way. And we will talk a little bit about the organization. Okay, so I have all of the dies that came with the 3 kits that I got. I put them here on this magnet. This is an 8.5 by 11 magnet sheet that I got from Amazon. And this was after my friend Rosalie, who's can't wait to plan. She actually shared this on her one of her videos, but she puts her dies on these 8.5 by 11 magnet sheets, and then she puts the magnet on a piece of chipboard. So, and that I also picked up from Amazon. And I'll put links to all of these organization projects in the description below if you want to pick up any of this. The magnet sheets are a little bit pricey. And if you don't want to do this size, you can do something a little bit smaller, which I'll show you a little bit later, because I have a lot of the die kits that I had previously, and I have those organized, and I have smaller size magnets. Okay, but this one, I wanted to just put everything in the month on one magnet sheet. And also a lot of the things that I've been getting are larger and they don't fit on the smaller magnets, especially things for slim card dies. Those are really tall. And so I wanted to get some of these larger sheets to be able to organize some of this stuff. Okay, so on the back here, what I did was I took my stamps and I put it into these pockets, and these are stamp pockets, but I picked these also up from Amazon, and I just tape them onto the chipboard, and then I can just slide the stamps in and out. Okay, so that's pretty much how I'm going to organize this. So I have this in a cart, and I'll put a picture of the cart up here on the screen so that you can see how I'm planning to actually keep these organized. But I'm just going to stack them in the cart where I could just flip through them. And so that's why I put the Spellbinders January 2022 up here in the corner, just so as I flip through the different magnet cards, I would be able to tell, you know, what this particular card has on it. And then I also did include a label here for each one of the kits. So the first one here we have is, this is a Spellbinders card kit. It comes with all of these dies. And so it's got a banner, it's got a couple of banners and this little rectangular piece here and some leaves and flowers, and also a couple of sayings. And I'm going to flip this over so I can show you the stamp set that also came with this kit. So with the card kit came this stamp set right here. Isn't that pretty? I just love that. So we get this heart, and then you also get all of these little sayings, and then some larger sayings and a couple of hearts. So I think that's really pretty. So the next kit that Spellbinders sent me is the Stamp and Die kit, and it came with these dies which coordinate with the stamp set. So we have a heart and a couple of banners, and then some smaller dies, and those coordinate with this stamp set. Isn't that cute? And it has 3 different hearts and also little word sayings. And then you can cut out all of these individual little bitty pieces with those smaller dies. So that is the Spellbinders Stamp and Die Kit, Club Kit. Okay, and then the last club that I'm going to be in is this one here, which is the Spellbinders Glimmer Kit. I recently got the Spellbinders hot foiling system, and so this you actually use with foil, and it came with all of these dies here. And I just think this is gorgeous. I can't wait to use it. They also did send me some red foil, which is really nice because I think the only colors I have right now are gold and silver. And I'm just getting started with using this hot foil system. So that's going to be exciting to do. And I think I was out of frame when I was showing you. They sent me this red foil. So that's going to be really cool. I can't wait to try all of that out. Okay, so this is going to help to keep me organized, and it'll be something that I can use to kind of keep my dies together as I'm creating. So I think this is going to be really awesome. I don't know how I'm going to store this foil, but I probably need to try to figure that out. And I also need to probably figure out how I'm going to store the rest of the contents of the kit as I'm working with it. This is going to be probably something that I need to think about a little bit. I could keep it in the box for now, but I would like to have a way to kind of keep it, you know, contained as I'm creating. So I might try to see if I have a bin or a tray or something in my house that I can just take all of this and put it there until, you know, I finish creating, and then I want to put it into my storage system. So I do have an organization system for my club kits, but it's really not working out as well as I would like, because even though I have it organized and all in one place, I can't really easily find things when I need them. So for instance, if I wanted to do a birthday card, I would just have to go through several of these bins and flip through them until I found the club kit that has birthdays, or maybe go onto the website and search through the kits there and see what kits they have available that had birthdays, and then see if I have that kit. So I wanted to do something to where it's a little bit easier for me to know what kinds of kits I have, and just do a reference guide. Okay, so I thought I would go ahead and start off by sharing a couple of the reference guides that I have created that I use in my craft room all the time. And the first one here that I did was for my paper pads. And I decided that I would do this because I was really having a hard time finding my paper pads, because I have them stored inside these cubbies from Michaels. It's the storage cubes. And you have to keep pulling each paper pad out, even just to see the front cover. And I came up with this system after watching some videos from Janet over at RTS Scrapbooking. She has some really awesome ideas about how to do organization. And so what I love about this is that I have all of my paper pads in the reference guide. I have them in categories. And so if I wanted to do a layout about a birthday, I could just flip to the celebrations tab here, and then just flip through until I find a paper pad that I want to use. And then on the back of this, I have the location of where this is stored in my craft room. And my paper pads are numbered 1 through the highest number, however many I have. So this is number 40. And I can just go over to my storage cubes and grab paper pad number 40. And I know exactly where it is, and I don't have to spend time looking for it. Now, it did take me some time to create this reference guide, but it is really amazing to have this available so that I can find what I need when I need it, and I don't have to waste time looking for things. And what's really cool is that when I finish my project and I want to put this paper pad away, I know exactly where it belongs, and I can put it back in the same location. And so I love using reference guides. I think they are a lot of work to actually put this together, but once you have it, you will love it. So I have this printed out just from pictures that I grabbed off of the internet from places that had this paper pad available, and then I printed 2 of these on an 8.5 by 11 paper and then just cut them down. So the size of this reference guide is about a 5 by 5, and I did that size just because I wanted to make it small enough to where it's easy for me to pick up and handle. It's big enough that I can see the images very clearly, and I have a good idea of what is in that paper pad and what colors are in the paper pad. So as I flip through here and look at the ones that I have, I can figure out what I need for a project. So this one works out really well. And then the other one that I created was for my punches. And so this one is a little bit smaller because I used some leftover cardstock that I had from another organization project. And this was the size paper that I had available. And I thought, well, this would be a good size. So I just thought I would use what I have. And so I made my punch reference guide a little bit smaller. I think this is about a 5 by maybe 3.5. And so this works out really well. And I have a couple of these, and I have them hanging on my Razzcard cart that's right next to where I work. So if I need a punch, I can just go flip through here and find the one that I would like to use, and then I know exactly where it is by the little dot that's on here. Now, I haven't completely finished this yet because I have to still go through and put all of these little dots. I have 4 places where I store punches in my craft room, and so I gave a different color to each location, and that way I know if it's yellow, then I know exactly where to go to get that. That's in my Alex drawer unit where I have some punches stored. And so then I also know where to put it back. So it just makes it easy. I didn't actually go into as much organization with this one because I didn't feel like I really had to do that. I think if I go to my Alex drawer unit and I open up a couple of drawers and I find the punch, that's okay. I don't really need to have them numbered or anything like that. So that was the organization for my punches. Now, I do have videos on both of these reference guides. I'll put links in the description below to where you can find that if you're interested in organizing your paper pads and your punches and you would like to create a reference guide. Okay, so for the kit clubs, I kind of thought about, well, what do I have available that I could use to create a reference guide? So I went out to the Spellbinders website and I was able to find pictures, and I just put this into a Word document because I have a Windows computer, but you can use any word processing software. I just put a title and then put the picture there, and then they had another picture of the complete card kit, so I included that picture as well. And then they had this picture that shows how the dies look when you put those together. And they didn't have a picture of the stamp set, but the stamp set is included here. And I could take the stamp set and make a photocopy with my printer, and I might do that. Now, usually when I go to the website, you see this information on the website, but I didn't see this. But I just grabbed my the one that came in the kit and made a copy of it and printed that out. So you could just print this out and not the other stuff, but I just wanted to get an idea of what different images were available and how much I really wanted to print out from each kit. I also had found the 𝗲𝗏𝗄𝐴 kit of the month, and they had this image there. And then for the stamp and die set, I was able to find a picture of the stamp set and also the dies. And so I think that's really cool to have a visual representation of each one of these kits. And I'm planning to put this into a binder, and it'll just be, this is just going to be 8.5 by 11, because this is just going to be really easy to do. Just put it into a Word document, print it out, and then put it into the binder. Okay, so now let's talk about organizing. So I was thinking about, well, how am I going to organize this? And my first thought was I would just put it in there as I get it, and so each month I would have a different, tab for the month. But then I thought, well, I already have it organized by the month in my organization system. So maybe instead of doing it that way, I would come up with some categories or like themes, and I would create some tabs in my binder. And so I might have a tab for Valentine's Day, for birthdays, for celebrations, and just come up with categories. And I don't have to come up with all the categories at once. I could just do it as I go, and as I get each kit, I can figure out if it would go into one of the existing categories, or if I need to create a new tab for another category like Christmas. So I think that's what I'll do. So then I will have a reference guide where I can flip to a specific category like celebrations. If I want to make a birthday card, I'll be able to flip through all of the different items that I have available and all of the different kits and find what I would like to work with. And then I can go into my storage system and just look for that month and year. So organization projects never really end. You're always going to be bringing in new things into your craft room and maybe using things up. And so it's really good to get started with your organization. Even if you have just a few items in your craft room and you're just getting started, you really want to get organized from the get-go. You don't want to be like me and wait for 20 years and then decide that you want to organize all your stamps and dies that you've collected. Because that is really a challenge, and it's very overwhelming if you have collected and accumulated a lot of crafting supplies and then you try to organize it. So if you're just getting started, you have a really good opportunity to start organizing now before you have too many supplies and you get overwhelmed with the idea of actually doing any type of organization. Okay, so with that said, let me show you the organization that I have for my dies. And I was a member of the small and large die club kit for a really long time. In fact, it was so long ago that it used to be called Maker's Mart, and that was the name of the club kit from Spellbinders. And so I have this bin that has all of these dies in it, and these are all of my card kits, club kits, and I have all of the Spellbinders up here at the front, and then I have some Simon card kits, Hero Arts, and just some other things there. And so how I have this organized is I just have it in here by the date, so by the month and the year. And so that makes it a little bit of a challenge if I wanted to go in here and find a die that had a typewriter on it, because I know I have one of those. I would have to flip through here until I found that die. And so I want to do something a little bit similar to what I was just talking about with doing this reference guide for the card kits, and have a way that I can have this more organized so that I can go straight to this and find exactly what I need without having to spend some time searching. But I wanted to show this to you guys because I wanted to talk a little bit about how I have my dies stored. And so I'll show you. Originally, I had my dies stored on cards like this. And this was an idea I got from someone on YouTube a really long time ago. I started doing this probably about maybe 5 or 6 years ago. And I took in some chipboard and some magnets that I picked up from Home Depot or Lowe's. This is the vent cover magnets. And so I just cut those down to size. And I like doing this, but sometimes the dies fall off, and then you know, you don't have any way to kind of keep it contained. And so then I started taking these pockets, because I purchased these pockets from Amazon, and this is the pockets that I use to keep my stamp sets. And so I thought, well, let me see if I can put these cards into the pocket. At least then it will keep everything contained and I won't lose the dies. And so I started doing that. But the thing that I find is a lot of times you don't really need this cardboard. So then what I started doing is I just used the pocket, and I put the magnet in the pocket, and you don't really even need to have the card. And that chipboard makes this bin super heavy. And so I would definitely recommend not using the chipboard. You don't really need to do that if you're going to use the pockets. And then with the pockets, you can use the magnets, but you could also just throw the dies into the pocket without a magnet. And I've done that as well, especially if you just have 1 or 2 dies, and that way you're not wasting a magnet. But if I have a lot of little bitty dies on a particular set, I like to put the magnets in there because it makes it really easy to find what you're looking for as you're working with that particular die set. And I have these bins stored on a cart that I picked up from Michael's. It's the Hudson cart. So I have 6 of these bins on the 3 bins on the last bottom shelf, and then 3 on the middle shelf. And then the top shelf, I'm going to put those 8.5 by 11 bigger magnet sets. I do want to mention too that sometimes once I'm really finished with the card kit and I've completely used up all of the things that are consumable, like the paper, the ephemera, the embellishments, you still do have the dies and the stamps left. And so those would go into my organization system, and I would not have anything in here anymore. So a lot of these kits that I have that are older kits, I purchased a second one on Spellbinders, or sometimes I purchase it after I wasn't a member of the club anymore, just from their website. So even if you don't want to be a club member, these kits are available on the website, and you can purchase them from the website. You do get a little bit of a discount if you join the club. And so that is one of the reasons why a lot of people like to join the club. It's just a lot of fun to be in the club and to get the kits every month. Okay, so that's pretty much all I have on organizing, but I wanted to share something with you guys just so you can get an idea of how you could use these kits in your scrapbooking, because I know a lot of the people that watch my channel are scrapbookers. And so I'm going to show y'all some paper that I picked up recently from Felicity Jane as part of my Black Friday hauls. I got some grab bags from Felicity Jane, which included some gorgeous paper, but I don't have everything from each one of these collections because it was a grab bag. So it was whatever was included in that grab bag. And one of the things that I loved about Felicity Jane was that their papers and everything that was included in that grab bag was just so beautiful but simple, and I think it could go with so many things that I already have in my craft room. So I was really excited about having this to work with. And so as I was looking at the things that were included in the January club card kit from Spellbinders, I thought, well, I know that I have paper from Felicity Jane that's going to go perfectly with this. And so I did. I pulled out this paper, and this comes from the Felicity Jane Capri collection. And I'm going to show y'all just how awesome this is going to go together, and I'm going to be creating a layout, maybe several layouts. Okay, so this is the paper from Felicity Jane, and I'll just spread this out a little bit so you can see some of the different papers here. So this is the 12 by 12 paper that I have, and then here is the paper pad from this Truly Madly Deeply January Club Kit from the card kit. And look how beautiful this goes together. So look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? I can't wait to create a layout with this stuff. So I think it's going to go so amazing together. And I'm super excited about creating a scrapbooking layout. So if y'all want to watch more videos where I create scrapbook layouts and cards with this January Truly Madly Deeply card kit, please be sure to subscribe if you're not subscribed already. I would love to have you join my channel. And if you like this video and you want to see more, please give it a like. That way I know what types of videos y'all like to see on my channel, and YouTube will recommend this video to other people who watch videos about card making and scrapbooking. Okay, well that's all I have for this video. I hope y'all have an awesome day, and I hope to see you next time. Bye now.